as the most dangerous terrorist threat to our homeland is white supremacy. And I'm not saying this because I'm of the black HBCU.
Now, we all know President Joe Biden. And the brother seemed like most times he's off his rocker. His vice president, Kamala Harris, was a graduate of Howard University. Well, here recently, Joe Biden did a commencement speech at Howard University, and he also received an honorary degree. Don't know how the hell that happened or who he had to talk to for that, doing that, but he did. But we're talking about this guy right here. The same guy that gave a commencement speech, and we're about to listen to some of that commencement speech because, oh my gosh, the guy that spoke at that speech, this was him. Listen to what he said.
Somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented.
What? He said it. I ain't say nothing.
As white kids. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids, leaving us to believe that the only people who are poor are other kids that are not white. So here he is talking to a group of minority students, whether they're brown, yellow, black, or other, and he's letting them know. He's giving them a motivational speech. You can do it. You can be amazing. You don't, poor kids, y'all are just as bright and just as talented as Caucasian kids. Y'all can be like Caucasian kids one day. So this same guy, man, he just now spoke at Howard University, and I want y'all to please pay no attention to any of the things I have going on my screen. But he just now spoke at Howard University, received himself a daggone honorary degree and everything. And I want y'all to watch this for yourselves because I think this is actually pretty freaking interesting.
Poison. White supremacy, as I did my inaugural address, to single out as the most dangerous terrorist threat to our homeland is white supremacy. And I'm not saying this because I'm of the black HBCU. I say it wherever I go.
I'm not saying this because I am at a black HBCU. I say it everywhere I go. A black HBCU, as if there is an actual white HBCU, which there isn't. There are PWIs, predominantly white institutions, and there are HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. But he said that the biggest threat to our society is white supremacy. Now, I have something to say after this because I really want y'all to, I really wanted y'all to hear this right here because he's talking to a whole bunch of black young people at a graduation at Howard University, which is considered the mecca of HBCUs, okay? And his VP graduated from Howard University. And if you cannot spell pander after this video, you are lost in the sauce.
Stand up against the poison. White supremacy, as I did my inaugural address, to single out as the most dangerous terrorist threat to our homeland is white supremacy.
The most dangerous threat to our homeland is white supremacy. Not other people who are breaking into our homeland. Not people who are profiting from those people coming into the homeland. Matter of fact, let me be quiet. I'm going to wait until he's done. He's going to say more.
I'm not saying this because I'm of the black HBCU. I say it wherever I go.
Y'all heard them laugh at him, and he didn't even get that. He's just stuck to his teleprompter thinking that I am killing it. I'm killing it. I just now said something that these young black people ate up. They ate it up when I said the biggest threat is white people. Huh? 1619. What about 1619? I'm here to get you mad. Huh? On a day that you should be celebrating and getting ready to take over the world. I'm here to get you upset.
Stand up for truth over lies. Lies told for power and profit.
Stand up for truth over lies. Stand up for truth over lies. And they're lying so they can get power and profit. Stand up over my truth and lies because I'm here to get some power and profit. He's telling them exactly what he represents. White supremacy, lies for power and profit. He is telling them exactly who he is. The reason why I stopped that is because he's telling them young people who are graduating from Howard University exactly who he is. He's saying that white supremacy is the biggest threat to our homeland. Pay attention to people who are lying for power and profit, trying to take away your power to vote, because we want people to be able to vote without any identification. If people can vote without an identification, then that means whoever comes here and vote for us, even if they're illegals, as long as they got it, all they have to do is vote for us, they should not have to have any identification. They should be able to just go to the voting booth and vote. Because what you all are not, what I'm not going to tell you all, like this is what Joe Biden is not going to tell the people who are graduating. What I'm not going to tell you all is that I am replacing you right now with new voters, new minority voters. That's what I'm doing. By the time they put up a wall, there's already going to be millions of them here. And we are shaping them to be able to vote the way we want them to vote. And now I'm telling you right now, white supremacy is bad. And what exactly is he trying to say? That the right represent white supremacy? Because from where I stand right now, many things that are horrible to the black community specifically come from the left. And that's trash that he was standing in front of them strategically at the mecca of black universities and pandered the way that he was. And my issue is not with him having these beliefs. But that's not the thing. If he got these beliefs, that's his business. The thing is, he don't have these beliefs. He is saying whatever he is being told to say in order to win votes. He's a disingenuous fake president. He's selling himself to the highest bidder is what he's doing. And he's doing it for power and profit. And he don't even know what he's doing. He don't even know what he's saying. The dude is gone. Having someone who's ahead of our country, who cannot think for themselves, is a threat to the country and make us look extremely weak on the world stage. And we can clearly see what type of relationships are being built between different nations right as we speak. We can clearly see what other countries are no longer afraid to start sugar honey iced tea with other countries and start wars while he's president. We can clearly see how people are running away from our currency and running into the arms of other people's currencies, of other nations' currencies under his watch. We can clearly see how all of these different subgroups are becoming more angered under him. Crime has gone up and these groups are failing even more, and they're taking the short end of the stick even more under him. But yet he decides to face a whole bunch of future, he's talking to scholars right now at Howard University, but to just lie to them like that and give them some truths that are not actually about other people, but about him, people who lie and for power and profit. It's like a huge slap in the face. For me, I take this personal. You know how people call Candace Owens a coon and they called her all these names because she don't say what black people want her to say because they get their talking points mostly from the left and she don't. And she says, the problem is not that I don't love black community, black America. The problem is that I love them too much. I love them enough to fight for them, and other people are not. Other people are just eating it up and clapping when he say, the biggest threat to our homeland is white supremacy. Yay! Woo! Yeah, and another thing, what can I say to get an applause? Free college. Yay! Free college. As many abortions as you want. Go out there and hump anything. Yay, we can go hump anything. You can change your gender before you're 12 years old, and you ain't got to tell your parents. Ain't no 12-year-olds here. These are all young adults. Okay, maybe wrong crowd. I'll save that part for when I speak at elementary school.